Hello, and welcome to the Learning Centre series. I'm Professor Gerry Bodeker, and I'm here to talk to you about the 4 pillars of wellbeing which are offered at JOALI Being. I'm Senior Advisor to JOALI Being and have co-created with the team here the 4 pillars of wellbeing. And these 4 pillars are mind, skin, microbiome, and energy. And I'd like to just explain to you why we chose these clusters of approaches and put them together as 4 pillars. The first one is mind, and the World Health Organization has stated very clearly there is no health without mental health. That's a very powerful statement, and what it basically says to us is that we can't focus on physical health alone if we want well-being. We have to have mental well-being, thriving and flourishing, not just absence of mental illness, if we want to really consider ourselves living a life of well-being. So our first pillar really is a cluster of approaches that have science behind them demonstrating that mental well-being is enhanced. And these include meditation, include different movement approaches, dance for instance, include being in sunlight, being in nature. All of these have been shown through scientific studies to enhance mental well-being. We have as our second pillar, skin. Skin, as many of you will know, is the largest organ in the body. It's not only the largest organ in the body, but it is the interface between the outside world and the inside world of our biological universe, our individual biological universe, which we'll talk more about when we look at microbiome pillar. And the skin basically is a living, breathing system that works well in expelling waste material and absorbing nutrients such as sunlight, vitamin D from the sun, and so on, if it's functioning optimally. So we have brought together approaches which include herbalized oils which nourish the skin, hammam treatments which include removing dead skin cells through various scrubbing techniques. We have foods that are going to be good for the skin. And the idea here is not just that we want to look younger and more beautiful, which everyone does want, but that the health of the skin is going to be a mirror of the health of the body. And so this is really what's at the heart of guiding our focus on skin health at a very deep level. Our next pillar is microbiome. That's a big word. Some of you will have heard of it. For some of you it'll be new. The microbiome is typically referred to as a collection of bacteria inside our own gut. But also, just backtracking to the skin, it turns out that the skin has its own colony of microbes that we can't see with the naked eye, and that's the skin microbiome. So when we nourish the skin, we're nourishing all those little organisms who are like the worker ants on our skin, carrying away waste material and helping open the pores and so on. And so, excuse me, when we look at the gut, we see that there is a very big colony of bacteria in our gut that help us, like little worker bees buzzing around in there, nourishing us, helping remove waste and so on. But if we don't eat healthy foods, particularly if we eat junk foods, fast foods, high in trans fats, it turns out that these oxidize in our stomach. Oxidation is what rust is. If you can imagine rust in your stomach, that's what oxidative stress in the gut is about. That leads to improperly digested food, decayed food, which then becomes toxic and causes inflammation. Inflammation is the basis of the beginning of disease. And so this is why we focus on the microbiome, of ensuring that the health of the gut is a big focus of our programs, because the health of the gut really is the health of the body. And recent research, just in recent years, has discovered that there is a direct pathway between the gut and the brain, and that is called the gut-brain axis, which includes the vagus nerve. And it turns out that bacteria from the gut can find their way to the brain. And if those happen to be unhealthy bacteria, it means that you've got unhealthy bacteria in your brain from the results of bad diet. That, of course, causes mood disorders and poor brain functioning, and in some instances very disturbed brain functioning. So the health of the gut is extremely important in the health of the brain, as well as the health of every other system in the body. And so our final pillar is energy. Naturally, if we focus on having a balanced mind with low levels of stress, if our skin is healthy and breathing and glowing, if our gut is taking the best out of a good diet that we give it and is eliminating unhealthy bacteria, then we would naturally expect to be more energetic. So those other pillars feed into this final pillar of energy. But there are additional things as well, and exercise is absolutely extremely important in having a healthy mind as well as a healthy body. And regular exercise is important. And there are many different types of exercise. There's aerobic exercise, which is the kind of exercise you have in a gym workout. There's anaerobic exercise, which is yoga, tai chi, and so on. And they are all valuable in different ways. The main thing is regularity, and the main thing is not to overstrain the body. But also we've learned that short bursts of high energy, high activity exercise really greatly increase the health of the brain and the health of the body, and the reduction of negative moods and mental health challenges such as depression and anxiety. So we do have a big focus in our 4 pillars on energy, on balancing our energy, on elevating our energy levels, and ensuring that all the gains that we make through the programs that we're offering as part of the JOALI being 4 pillars of wellness are translated into an energetic experience in life. Thank you very much, and we'll be sharing more with you in the future.